Angel Reese is getting applause, but not for scoring points or leading her team. She's being cheered for walking out, as if quitting mid-game is some kind of inspirational moment. When did leaving the floor turn into a highlight reel? It's like watching a motivational speaker drop the mic and storm off stage, only to be met with a standing ovation. Somehow, people are clapping. But this story isn't really about basketball. It's about how, in today's world, you can fail upwards and still be celebrated, where walking off the court earns more applause than hitting a game-winning shot. You'd think she had just scored 50, shattered a record, and handed out autographs to kids in the stands. But no, the cheers came for the opposite. She quit. She picked up her ball, headed home, and somehow the crowd treated it like a championship moment, celebrating as if confetti should be falling from. Then every middle schooler who quit a game deserves an MVP trophy. Think about it. Every time little Timmy stomped off because the ref missed a travel call, he was secretly building a Hall of Fame resume. Who knew pouting and leaving the court was the new fast track to applause? If that's really the standard, then we've been misunderstanding sport, the endless hours of drills. These days, all it seems to take is a dramatic walk-off and a fan base willing to cheer bad choices. And that's the real disappointment. Angel Reese was meant to be so much more. She was billed as the face of women's basketball on the rise, the symbol of grit, hustle, and swagger. The role model kids could point to when they needed proof that discipline and hard work outshine excuses. The answer is to walk away. They are not watching Angel Reese for her scoring anymore. They're picking up lessons in the art of the mid-game exit. Somewhere right now, a 7-year-old is probably practicing their angry shuffle in the mirror because that's what their role model just showed them. And that's the tragedy of it. Women's basketball has fought for visibility, finally earning national attention, rising ratings, and new fans tuning in. Yet in the middle of this progress, we see crowds applauding a walk-off like it's an act of bravery. That's not courage, it's confusion. It's like cheering for a firefighter who drops the hose mid-blaze and says, "The flames are too hot today. I'm heading home." No one would call that empowering. They'd be asking why it happened and why anyone is clapping. This is where the role model factor cuts deep. Athletes don't get to pick whether they influence kids. The second they go viral, land endorsement deals, and have highlights, you see Angel Reese firing back at critics one day and storming off the court the next. They are not learning resilience. They are learning that drama gets the spotlight. Yes, every athlete has off days, every competitor hits a breaking point. But the applause, that's where the line gets blurred. Because when you cheer for quitting, you're sending a louder message than any pep talk ever could. The lesson isn't push through adversity. It's make a scene and people will cheer. It's not about being a teammate. It's about being the main character. This is where sports culture starts to get twisted. Forget the scoreboard. Forget the fundamentals. Forget the grind. Just grab the headlines and watch the crowd cheer like you solved world hunger. But here's the problem. It's not just Angel Reese's image at stake. It hurts the entire sport. Women's basketball is finally in the spotlight, with ratings rising and momentum building. And instead of celebrating toughness and resilience, the story that grabs attention is a mid-game walk-off getting celebrated like a championship. That's not progress. It's sabotage disguised as applause. You can't build a sport on walk-offs. You need heroes who fight through the struggle, not ones. People crave chaos. They love the villain-to-hero storyline. They'll cheer for drama over discipline, for someone who shrugs off criticism and makes it look rebellious. But here's the reality. Kids aren't cheering for chaos. They are watching their role models. And when those role models suggest that walking away deserves applause, it's the kids who pay the price. Quitting when you're supposed to lead isn't empowerment. Leaving teammates behind in the middle of a fight isn't strength. Modeling bad habits for kids who look up to you isn't growth. It's ego disguised as bravery. And the only reason it gets applause is because people don't want to admit they're celebrating the wrong thing. Picture this, a little league game. A kid strikes out, throws his helmet, and storms off the field. Now imagine the parents standing up and clapping, shouting, "Yes, way to show that bat who's boss." Forget the game. Everyone would think they've lost it. That's exactly what's happening here. Angel Reese isn't inspiring kids. She's chasing the timeline. But Twitter likes don't raise the next generation of athletes. Coaches do. Parents do. And yes, no matter how tough it gets, you stay in the fight. You don't have to win every time, But you show up, you grind, and you finish what you start. That's the heartbeat of sports. It teaches lessons you carry into life. But now, the lesson being handed down is this: quit loudly, and the crowd will cheer. And let's be real, the applause wasn't about courage. It was about fans wanting to feel like they were part of a moment. People love the drama. They love being able to say, "I was there when it happened." Even if what happened wasn't greatness but embarrassment, they'll clap just to feel included. And Angel Reese gave them that. A spectacle, a headline, a controversy to defend. The problem is that spectacle doesn't stay contained. It ripples. When one high-profile star gets standing ovations for walking away, the message seeps into every gym, every practice, every youth league. Suddenly, quitting isn't seen as giving up. It's framed as making a statement. Not weakness, but empowerment. And kids, more than anyone, don't expect them to talk it out with the coach or push harder in practice. Nope. They'll take a page from the Angel Reese playbook, storm off the court, and then wait for applause like they just dropped the hottest mixtape of 2025. And in the stands, half the parents will probably clap too, just so they don't look unsupportive. What makes it worse is how people spin it.